Hello everyone, it's Todd Screama. Thanks for listening to this video about Summit Coaching and how to build your wealth to $2 million. I'm going to share with you just a quick overview of why we started this, how it works, and what's in it for you. So the first thing is, I truly believe that everyone needs a coach. We're in an industry where there's no accountability and no one answers to anybody and no one really gets better. I mean, I wonder, I interviewed a loan officer yesterday. He's been in the business 11 years and he's closing 5 loans a month. And I'm like, why are you not growing? Well, he's never had a coach. He's never had a mentor that's been on purpose to, hey, I'm going to help you grow. So I truly believe that in my heart of hearts, and I think it'll become obvious why over this video. So in the core, Rick and I own the core, and Rick and I own Summit. Last year, in core, we have 380 students. 148 of them made $1 million or more in a year. So people look at that, and I think they think I'm fibbing sometimes. I'm like, no, we track every single person. We know their tax returns. We know how much money they make. We literally track every student every month. So about 5 years ago, I'm pulling in my driveway, and Rick's talking to me, and he says, hey, if we want to make Summit the best company, we have to coach. And I said, you mean that we have to start a whole nother coaching company inside of Summit? And he says, yes. And so honestly, it was so much work. We have a 4-year waiting list to get into the core, people to pay us $3,000 a month to coach them, and we just can't, you know, it's a lot of work doing this, and it's a lot to train the coaches and do all this. So it was overwhelming to me. I thought about it for a week. I called Rick back. I said, let's do it. It's the right thing to do for the company. It's the right thing to do for the loan officers. So let's talk about why we do it and how we do it. First of all, how we do it. You're put in groups of 3, just like the core, and then you're coached by a professional coach. That coach is a peer, okay, which is one of the big keys. There's someone, let's say you're doing 7 loans a month. You're being coached by someone that's closing 20 or 15. You're coached by another loan officer, top producer in Summit Funding. The other 3 students on the call are loan officers within Summit Funding, and you're being coached just like the core does on our 5 forums, okay? So what it's all about is skill transfer. We're trying to bring someone from a salesperson to a business person. And there's a lot to that, and it takes a long time. And it's one of those journeys, like, it never really ends. You know, we never stop learning. Things are either growing or they're dying, right? And so that's the idea. Let's talk about why it works, because I think that's really the mystery. There's a book out right now I just finished called The 4 Disciplines of Execution. And really all you need to know about the book is that the 4th is what no one does. And that is, he calls it having a rhythm of accountability. So when you're on the phone with a coach and 2 other people on the call, and you're being held accountable to your number of leads, to your sales activity, to how much money you're saving, to how we're controlling expenses, all of these things, and you're given specific homework assignments on how to get better in those areas, that's the rhythm of accountability. You know, we have all kinds of fun with it too. We'll do all kinds of competitions. Hey, you know, whoever gets the most leads got to send the other 2 people lunch. Or, you know, hey, you're 2 minutes late to the call, drop and give me 10 push-ups, you know. It's just, it's fun accountability. It's not, well, sometimes it's yelling, but it's done respectfully, but what I want people to know is that it's fun. I have a ton of fun with the accountability. Now, the last thing is more of an emotional reason on why we do this. I follow Tony Robbins, and he says, hey, there's 6 human needs, but the 2 that create happiness is growing and contributing. And when I first read that a few years ago, and I've paid attention to it since, I always feel happy and engaged and excited because I am always growing and I'm always contributing to other people. It's just how I live my life. What I find is that people are now on a coaching call, not only are they growing, and it's very obvious very fast, but they're contributing to others too. There's not a call goes by someone's not contributing on that call. And a lot of those people that are on those calls in 2 or 3 years, they actually become professionally paid coaches over time. So now they're really contributing. So when you look at all that, those are a few reasons that we do it. I'll tell you some results in just a second, but to summarize that, it's all about skill transfer. The second thing is it's about accountability, so that we can get to our $2 million in cash net worth, and we can double and triple our incomes. And the reason that people love it so much is because it makes us happy when we're growing and contributing to others, which is exactly what happens on every single coaching call. So our average results last year, in the last 2 years, we track everything. So the average person that coached went from making $140,000 a year to $382,000 last year in 2016. So you're literally talking about that kind of income growth in 2 years. Now, the average savings rate for the average student in Summit Coaching was $8,700 a month. That's after taxes. So you start saving that kind of money, you start saving 100 plus grand a year, you're gonna really build a lot of wealth. And there's a lot of people in the program, and they're like, Todd, I started and I had credit card debt of 20 grand and I only had 30 grand in the bank, including my 401k. Now I've got 200,000, and no debt. Story after story after story. But here's the most amazing point. Yes, we double and triple people's incomes. Yes, it's a lot of fun because it fulfills us. But here's what amazes me that I never expected in the core, and I didn't expect this in Summit Coaching. 95% success rate. 95% of those people double, triple. We've got the system so down, it's amazing. I would think when I first started the core, I'm like, hey, we'll have like a 50% success rate, but the people that succeed will do really well. The 50% that don't will not do well. I found the total opposite. 95% success rate in core, 95% success rate in Summit Coaching. It's amazing. So guys, this is what Summit's really good at. It's a company you would go to if it's really something that, hey, I'm dead serious, not just something I'm saying. I'm gonna double and triple my income. I'm gonna be wealthy. Not that money makes you a better person. It's just if you're gonna work, let's be the best. And we have that system. It's amazing. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you join us. Talk to you soon.